G'day, I'm Kwackajack, and if you're watching this, you're probably looking for your first motorcycle. Now, if you're anything like me when I was looking for mine, you're probably feeling a bit overwhelmed. I remember watching hours and hours of videos, reviews, specs comparisons, reading forums, and still after all that, just having no idea where to start or what I wanted. I probably changed my mind about a dozen times. I would look at a cruiser and think, that looks cool, and then see a sport bike and go, wow. But the whole time I had this anxiety about making the wrong choice or wasting money or ending up with something that I might regret. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the smart way to choose your first motorcycle. No gatekeeping, no pressure, just real advice for someone who's been there and been through it. We're also going to touch on the things that a lot of first timers don't think about when looking for their first motorcycle. So when the time comes to actually get yours, you'll be prepared. Now, I think the first thing we have to ask ourselves before we even think about what brand or size of bike is, how are we actually going to use it when we get it? You know, are you going to be commuting on it every day? Is it just going to be a weekend ride, or do you want to maybe try and do some more adventurous things and even go off-road? And it's okay not to really have a clear idea on this yet. You know, you don't have a bike, so you don't know how you'll be using it. But if you have a general idea how you plan to once you do, it'll help us narrow it down a little bit. Because there's no point buying like a track-focused sport bike or an off-road adventure bike if you're just going to be sort of commuting every day in traffic. Okay, now the second thing to consider is what style of bike appeals to you. And I don't mean style as in fashion, I mean type of bike. Now, you don't have to commit to this style of bike forever, right? But if something in particular catches your eye, whether it be a sport bike or maybe the cruisers that your mates or your dad rides, that's a good place to start. Sport bikes are aggressive and fast looking, things like the Ninja 400 or the Yamaha R3. Then there's nakeds like the MT-03 or Z400. They're more upright, skinnier, and easier to handle. Then we've got cruisers like the Rebel 500 or the Vulcan S. They're usually lower, larger, and great for sort of chilled rides. Or maybe you like the vintage looks and are more drawn to the classics like the Royal Enfield Classic 500 or 350. And if you want to go exploring and maybe off-road in the future, things like the Himalayan or the CB500X. I think you should look at lots of different types and see what excites you, because if you love the way your bike looks, you're going to be more inclined to ride it. Okay, now let's talk about some beginner-friendly considerations. This is where we're getting into the sort of practical stuff. For your first bike, I think engine size does matter, but not in the way that most people think. You don't need a massive engine to have fun. I think personally between 300 to 500 cc's is the sweet spot. Even now on my full license, I choose to keep my 400 because it's more fun than a lot of the bigger bikes that I've taken out and ridden. They'll be powerful enough to learn on, but forgiving enough to be able to build confidence. I'd say that seat height is another thing to consider, because if you can sit on your bike easily and comfortably and flat-foot it on either side, that's going to help you build confidence more than a bike where you're struggling or tiptoeing the floor. Again, best way to do that, go to a dealership, sit on a few bikes, see what fits you. The last thing I'd say is safety features. In my opinion, ABS is a must, especially while you're still getting used to the feeling of braking on a bike. If it's got traction control, that's even better. Don't let anyone shame you for using technology that helps keep you alive. Okay, let's talk budget and real costs of owning a bike. Money.
Hello, I like money.
Are you planning to buy the whole thing outright, or are you going to be financing? Because if you're paying cash, which is what I would recommend, make sure that you have money aside for rego, insurance, and gear, all the other hidden costs that we don't often think about. On the flip side, if you're financing, make sure that you understand all of the fees and extras involved. And it's very easy to get yourself a bigger bike than you need to when going this route. So try and stay within your means and not go for something that's big and shiny. And often what I see is people going for R7s for their first bikes. Too expensive, it's too much. But look, no matter which way you go, whether it be cash or finance, make sure that you understand that it's more than just the cost of the bike that you're gonna have to be paying. You're gonna have to look at gear as well, and that can be expensive. The absolute minimums is gonna be helmet, jacket, boots, gloves, and you wanna sort of pay for a decent quality set, which can easily run over $1,000. And then there's insurance. Look, if you're under 25, it's gonna be high no matter what you're on. But if you're on something like a sport bike, especially a higher CC for the class, like a 650, it's gonna be exorbitant, which is why I normally recommend that 300 to 500 cc range. It's a little bit cheaper. You've also got ongoing costs to think about too. Stuff like servicing, rego, tires, it can all add up very quickly. And that's why I think we should definitely be realistic about how much we want to spend on the bike itself. My usual advice when it comes to budget is if you've got a particular amount in mind, like 5-10 grand, times it by 1.5, and that's usually what you'll end up spending in total. Okay, so right, we've talked about money and we've hopefully got a budget by now. Now we should talk about if you want to go new or used. And there's no wrong answer here, but here's my take. Unless you're planning to keep this bike for a long time, or maybe you're on the older side, I would generally go used. Used bikes are generally cheaper and you won't stress as much about scratches or minor drops, which, let's be honest, is probably going to happen. That said, a brand new bike does give you that complete peace of mind. You've got a brand new thing that's never been touched before, you've got warranty, and you know that it hasn't been thrashed. It is going to be harder on your budget, but if you do decide to go new, just make sure that it's a bike that you want to keep for a long time. Because I recommended for most people to go used, I'm going to throw in an extra bit here about looking at used bikes. If you're going to go and check one out, here's what to look for. If there are scratches on engine covers or bar ends, it's probably meant that the bike's been dropped. Also take a look at the chain. If it's rusty or slack, that may mean that the previous owner didn't take good care of it. Also the tires, they should have a decent amount of tread on them and not be squared off. I'd always recommend trying to do a cold start as well, because if it struggles to start, it's a bit of a red flag. But I reckon the best thing you can do, if you can, is get someone that knows bikes or rides to come along with you to inspect it, because they're going to be able to spot those things a lot quicker. You got to think about who you're buying this from too, right? Like if it's private, the type of person that you're buying it from may indicate how it's been used. If it's a lot cheaper than all of the other ones on the market, it's a riskier buy. On the other hand, if you buy used from a dealership, it may be a little bit more expensive, but you may have some limited warranty or have peace of mind knowing that the bike's probably been looked over. All right, here are a couple of other quick things that you may forget. The first thing I do when I'm looking at a new bike is get an insurance quote, because it may be way more expensive than you're expecting, especially if you're on the younger side. Also, don't skimp out on your gear. I don't want to hear you buying it from Alibaba or somewhere like that. A good helmet and jacket should be your first priority, not an aftermarket exhaust. Right, I think we've covered most things now, so I'm going to give you some of my own personal beginner-friendly recommendations. I'll give you a couple of solid ones from each category so you at least know where to start looking. If you like the look of sport bikes, check out the Yamaha R3 or the Ninja 400. If you want something that's going to be a little bit more comfortable than that but has the same sort of performance, go for a Naked. You've got the Yamaha MT-03 and the Z400s. If you're more inclined to the cruisers, I'd go for a Honda Rebel 500, a Kawasaki Vulcan S, or an Eliminator. They'll both be great picks. You're probably wondering why I'm recommending ones from these same few companies, and it's because they're usually cheap and they're usually reliable. However, if you want something a little bit different, maybe a classic or a retro, I'd go for a Royal Enfield Classic 350 or 500, and you can also check out the Husqvarnas. They've got some cool ones in their Vitplen and Svarplens. You could also look at the Interceptor 650, but I'm hesitant to recommend that one to a learner because it's a little bit heavier and torquier than those other ones I mentioned. But look, at the end of the day, your first bike doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be right for you. And what that actually means is that you're comfortable on it. It fits into your lifestyle and your budget and helps you fall in love with motorcycling. You can always upgrade later or change directions you go in. That's part of the journey. However, some people, they find their forever bike on their first go. If you yourself are stuck trying to choose between a few different bikes, leave them down in the comments and I'll give my recommendation. And if this video helped you, or if you got any value from it, give it a like and share it with that mate of yours who's looking at getting theirs as well. Especially if they're looking at getting something like a ZX6R or a ZX10, please just save them. But that's all from me today. Thanks for watching, ride safe, and I'll see you soon.